Hi everyone, I am just wanting to come on here because we are talking about the Covered Bridge Festival. I'm on here because we're going to talk about the Covered Bridge Festival. I wanted to do a quick little review, and if you see me swatting, that's because bugs are around me, so just ignore that. But I wanted to get on here because I wanted to share a little bit of the Covered Bridge Festival and a little bit about what it was and a little review of it this year. So my dad and I go every year. We typically try to go to the first weekend, so that way if there's something we really like or we were kind of contemplating on, we can go the second weekend and go pick it up if it's still there. So what we typically do is we go to Mansfield first thing in the morning, and then we'll end up going to Bridgeton by the afternoon. Oh my gosh, they're psycho. And so that's kind of what we do. We get up super early because we want to get to Mansfield probably like 8 o'clock. One, parking. Two, it's a psycho scene later in the day. Like crowds are just obnoxious, and to me, I can't deal with that. I feel a lot better with a little bit more space. I don't want to be like bumper to bumper up against somebody. So that's kind of why we go first thing in the morning plus first pick. But we go to Mansfield because it's bigger, so we can quickly get through that. Just faster, and it's just a little bit easier, and that's where a lot of the things that my dad likes. So we go there, and like he'll typically have a list. We typically get my mom's candles. There's very specific scents, and this year we remembered to take photos of what those scents were, because typically we're in there just smelling like, is this it? Is this the candle? I have no idea. And then that's kind of there. Granted, yeah, it's typically freezing cold or it's raining. This year we lucked out with the rain. There was no rain. It was just a little bit muddy because it sprinkled the day before, but it wasn't too bad. It could have been so much worse. It was just freezing cold. So we put on crazy amount of layers. My dad and I have prepared for this for many years. Like, I wear 2 pairs of leggings plus some sweatpants plus 2 pairs of socks. I wear typically like a t-shirt with a long sleeve shirt underneath that, then a then like a running jacket, I guess. It like helps with the sweat and keeps your body warm. And if you sweat, it keeps you cool. And then another sweatshirt, then another jacket plus a vest, and a pair of gloves and some earmuffs and a hat. Yeah, I don't like being cold, if you haven't noticed. So that's kind of like how it was this year. Zek got to experience it for the first time. Oh my god, I really got bit. And he saw how crazy we are. So that's a little bit about how it started. So this year I'm going to tell you a little bit about the pros and cons of this year, and kind of what I thought of it. So let's just start with the cons, because we just want to get the bad news over with. To me, it was just absolutely freezing. I don't like that cold weather. That's just me personally, but I can't pick and choose. It's literally the middle of October. What can you do? Luckily, it did warm up later in the day, so that wasn't too bad. Like, it was enough to where I could just wear like a long sleeve shirt and a vest, and then like my leggings, and it was fine. And this year I didn't find as many good finds. I was kind of disappointed in that. Typically, I have my go-to vendors where they have like old cameras and things like that, or anything that I just typically look for. And I couldn't really find them much this year. Like, I found one old camera. One. And it was okay. Like, I didn't feel the need to get it because it was more like a video camera. And so I was just like, nah, I can save my money and get something else. So that was kind of disappointing. But other than that, for the pros on it, there were more vendors, and there was a lot of new ones that I haven't seen before, which was very exciting. I was very thankful that there was more, because you kind of got a more variety of everything. It wasn't as, like, it's still, to me, Mansfield is super flea markety, and Bridgeton is more like your crafts, your local boutiques, things like that, things that people actually made and didn't just like ship in. So to me, Bridgeton was very well done that way. And also because of the raid a few years ago, it kind of made Mansfield especially dwindle down in the vendors. But this year we had a lot of really good vendors, so I was really excited about that. Also, it wasn't raining. One year my dad and I went, it was raining, like full on raining, like, and half the vendors weren't open, and that was annoying. But granted, that was our own fault. We went on a day that it was raining. But that's a pro this time. And like I said, there was more variety. I was really happy with the amount of different types of things that there were to find. Granted, there were some, like, typically with the candles that we get my mom, there's like 3 or 4 little shops that were selling it. This year we only found one, and it was a very small selection, so that was kind of interesting. But there was different types of things as well, things I hadn't heard of before, and there was a lot of just new faces, and that was really refreshing. Overall, I had a very fun time. I loved it. I always loved the Covered Bridge Festival. I pretty much have it on my calendar every year, and anytime it hits September, I'm like, okay, Dad, I asked off for both weekends, if I happen to be working a weekend job, and what weekend are we going? And we'll be like, I don't know, let's just keep the both off, so that way we can, like, have options, so that way we can kind of get closer to what time we would actually want to go. But overall, it was fun. It was great. I loved being able to go with Zach this year. He got to see a little bit of things that I enjoyed, and like things that I like to do to find it. So if you have not gone, I highly suggest it. Unfortunately, it's over this year, so you won't be able to go this year, but you can definitely check it out next year. It happens every second weekend of October through that full week to that next weekend. So the third weekend of October, it ends on that Sunday. So I highly recommend it, and there's more than just Bridgeton and Mansfield. I just like to go to those two because we know exactly what spots to hit. The other ones I haven't really had a chance to go to, so if you actually have recommendations on those, feel free to put those in the comments. I would really love to see those, and I hope you get a chance to enjoy it one year.